say you need to try a different bait, because depending on what bait you use when you go fishing, gonna depend on the fish you catch. I always say if you use gizzards, you're gonna catch catfish. If you use money, you're gonna catch gold diggers. You get what I'm saying? So this is all reflection. Y'all got to understand these laws. These are universal laws. I tell you all the time, go study your universal laws, because these are things you cannot get away from, whether you are ignorant to it or not. So when you say, if I said, man, you just a female that just want a nigga to pay your bills, and then you jump out there like, then you, like they say, the shoe fit wear, because that's a reflection of who you are. Then you got real women, or women who know that ain't what I'm about. I'm you know, I've been with somebody 10, 15 years or whatever the case may be. But depending on what bait you use, gonna depend on what type of fish you catch. Yo, what's happening? Y'all already know what time it is. You feel me? This is the Pop It Up Podcast. And like I be telling y'all, man, we talk about shit a lot of people don't like to talk about. We give it to y'all blood raw, because we ain't got time. We ain't holding no grown man or grown women hands. We get right into it. And I appreciate y'all for tuning in. And today, I got my dog with me, man. J-Long, y'all already know what time it is.
Time to ride.
Time to motherfucking ride, man. Steve still handling business, you know what I'm saying? But my dog will be in on the next episode. All praises due. And before we get into it, we got to get to these sponsors. Listen, man, if you trying to get your credit right, y'all know we done did over, what it was, almost close to 20 million in deleted credit consolidated. Yes, I tell y'all, man, deal with people who do this every day. Credit mechanics, man. Hit the number on the bottom of this post. And as you watching this right now, they running a special. Instead of $250 sign up, it's $180. And listen, this is a play for you. Like I tell you, don't go in there with them jacked up numbers. They're going to take you up through there. And what you trying to pay for, you're going to pay for it 3 times. All right? Listen, if you trying to clean, you want residential cleaning, you got an office, you got a house, whatever it is you got, and you need people to come in because you making all that money, you ain't got time to keep your stuff up and keep it clean. These are people you can trust. And like I say, hit this number if you trying to hire someone to come in and clean your office or clean your house or whatever the case may be. All right? Last but not least, all right? Ubuntu Apparel. You already know what it is. You see it? I got it on right now. Make sure y'all go to ubuntuapparel.com, man. Hit the website. If you're on YouTube, look right below. Click one of them shirts. That's how y'all can go to our page on YouTube. And I double salute y'all, man, for showing all love. You see it? Ubuntu Apparel. Also, what else we got, bro?
Oh, man. You know, every day on the podcast, we got to go ahead and sip a little bit of Von Sway. You know what I'm saying? Pastor Von Sway, you know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
The new champagne, you know, wine that's hitting the streets, you know what I mean? So make sure you go to your local corner store.
Right.
And get your little something to go.
Right. Okay. I just hit the website.
Hit the website. It's there, man. It's there.
And why we got it on full frame, see, this is a whole fit right here. You see this? This brown thing, this is a whole Ubuntu fit, so I just had to throw that in there right quick. All right, so let's get to it, man. What we on today, bro?
Ooh, man.
What we on?
Right now, man, we got to talk about the state of the union,
right,
and our community.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Right.
You know, because we know as a people, we need to fellowship a little more, because I think that's what made such a disconnect into our society and our cultural norms that we have going on right now. So, you know, in relationships between each other, right, man and woman, you know what I mean? The traditional relationship, as we gonna say. So, I think, man, one thing we were talking about, but do mentality match your maturity?
That's a big one. Cause I know you said traditional.
Yes.
A lot of people get caught up with that tradition. See, it's a difference between now and then. People want those traditional accolades. But this is a different time. See, grandma ain't want to go back and forth to Columbia getting BBLs and Birkin bags and Goyard back. Grandma ain't want all that shit. Grandma did what she was supposed to do, so therefore granddaddy did what he was supposed to do. But fast forward to the day, they want traditional accolades with modern day behaviors.
In the modern day independence.
Yeah, independence.
See, nowadays, we got so many independent, dependent women out here.
Right.
They all independent. I got, my own. But
Right.
you the most dependent person
Right.
on earth. You depend on a man. You depend on somebody else to do everything for you. And which ain't bad because we all here for provision. Men are supposed to be providers. But they don't understand provision it's more than financial. You know what I mean? Because it's a lot of our women now, and more power to y'all women. You know what I mean? Y'all making a lot of money now. It's almost statistically even about, income in the household. So a lot of our women don't really need a traditional handout. They need the financial wisdom and guidance for provision. You know what I mean? They need to now be good stewards over the blessings that they receive. Because now you want to work. See, you still want the traditional side of me just forking out everything. And you just get to live your life how you just want to live your life, and you have no financial understanding, obligation, no literacy to what's going on.
That would be it right there. You know what's so crazy why you said that? And this is no disrespect, because like I said, we're here to learn from each other. And this is why I say, man, women empowerment groups, as far as empowering each other, that's cool. But I don't think women getting together speaking about relationships, that shit don't make sense to me. Why? Because you need to hear what a man wants and vice versa. We need to hear what y'all want. You get what I'm saying? It's just like a car. A car can't go nowhere without the oil. It might got the gas, but it need to know they got to have the oil too. It goes both together, consolidated. So when you just said what you said, dog, about financial literacy, a lot of women, they speak about finances and a man should lead and a man should pay for this and pay for that. But a lot of women don't know the difference between a checking account and a savings account.
Oh, no.
A lot of women got to understand, start listening to the other women online. They got the fine bodies. Because you got to think, like, let's go biblical. When you fine as hell, you got them curves, you got that pretty face, you got everything going in. That's a curse. A lot of y'all don't know that. Y'all let that Beauty and the Beast thing, the movie, go over y'all head. When you born that fine, you know that you're beautiful. You think you just born like that for nothing? You got to understand that's a curse. And when you curse like that, it throws you off because now you feel as though that's all you need. You can't tell me I've been living long enough, man. The average person that's together, that made it, the dude gonna be probably a little overweighted. The woman gonna probably be a little overweighted, but they have equilibrium. Okay? See, when you so fine, a lot of go for dudes too. You know what I'm saying? You a fine ass woman, you look good, you pull from your beauty, and you all the other accolades you need to have get overlooked. You see what I'm saying? It's like a recipe. You can't have too many eggs, not enough motherfucking flour. Yeah, you nice looking, but can you hold a conversation? Do you have, emotional intelligence? Like, do you understand? Are you loyal? There's a lot of other things that comes with that. That's why you see some of the most beautifulest women are single like a motherfucker.
Oh, man.
Men too. Handsome guys, that's a curse too. You see what I'm saying? And a lot of y'all, they gonna go over y'all here, but if you know the book of Enoch, you know the fallen angels, they came down and taught women how to be promiscuous, how to put on makeup, how to wear jewelry. You will understand the role you play, because the more attractive, the more distractive.
Ooh.
Don't let that go over your head.
And you know what? That brings to the point with, would you prefer to hang out with a bad bitch or have a good woman?
A good woman.
See, a lot of times people, and even we can go biblically. Proverbs 31. That's a well-rounded woman. So well-rounded that her husband calls her blessed.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's a woman that understands herself. First of all, I think a lot of us have deviated, and we have detoured from our spiritual groundings because we put so much into the physical side.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
fact,
Into the flesh.
Right.
So that's why we're driven in a lustful society. Everything is lust driven. You know what I mean? And our good women want to be bad bitches. There's nothing wrong with being that's that talent, whatever. But to have the characteristics of what we need for you as a woman to grow.
Right.
And that's what we said earlier about the maturity level. Matching the mentality, because a lot of times we got a lot of people that's getting old, that's growing up, but they're not getting older. You know what I mean?
So basically, they're up in age physically, but they're still in the mind adolescent, 14 years old.
Correct. Correct.
Okay,
They form of currency still is paying attention. That's their major form of currency. You know what I mean? And in this society, that's what people want. They want it. They don't really want the money like that no more. Right. They want the attention. They want the looks. They want the likes.
You know what? What y'all gotta understand is this, right? And that's so true. See, y'all gotta understand these. They had what they call attention engineers that builds these platforms, right? And they know things that you don't know. See, when you talk about Silicon Valley, you don't understand why we so addicted to the phone, or we so addicted to these sites, because they build this shit from a engineering standpoint. They know the difference between the left brain and the right brain. I tell y'all this all the time. This shit go way deeper than what you think. Silent weapons for quiet wars. Understand that. Now, when it comes to a man, our problem is lust. But when it comes to a woman, y'all problem is attention. So it's equivalent to the same thing. That's why I say, as a married woman, that's so disrespectful for you to take pictures with your ass pointed to the camera, or just period. All I want to know, and I ask this question 1,000 times, when you take pictures showing your figure, showing your ass, what do you think come from that? Like, what are you insinuating? That's really some hoe shit. Let's keep it 100. That's like seeing your mama doing that, and it's damn mom. So you can see it in a different light like that than when you do it. That's really some whole shit. I'm a man. Like I tell you, you can't tell me shit about a man, just like I can't tell you shit about a woman. So when you turn around to the side and do all those things, it says a lot about you. And if, like 50 Cent said, if beauty is your only attribute, you're going to eventually do some whole shit.
Right. And I tell a woman, if I'm talking to you or even getting to know you, I can tell you right now, listen, baby, if we can't build together,
right,
you can keep that little pussy. I don't even want that little cool. You know what I'm saying? If I can't help you come up, if I can't help you be a better person, help your mindset grow, your business, whatever it is you're trying to do, I don't even want that cool. That's a headache. That pussy gonna be a headache from here on out.
That's real.
And on top of that, we got to get back to the point where, like the lust that you was talking about, being equally yoked.
Right.
So a lot of us are in misalignment with our counterparts and our partners. You know what I mean? We're not equally aligned to each other to even be on the same level. So you got to think, like I say, a woman, perfect example, a woman taking pictures like that, you know what I mean? And she walking around half naked. Yeah, it look good and all, but you can't get mad at a man for saying certain stuff to you or coming at you a certain type of way. That's just like, that'll be the same sense as a man in the strip club and he got 10,000 ones and he mad because all the strippers walking up to him like, hey, what's up? What it do? What y'all coming up to me for? Nigga, you got goddamn 10,000 ones. You got a wheelbarrow of ones over here. You know what I mean? What are you promoting? What are you projecting? You know? Man, it's that same concept.
I don't understand that. Like, you have to understand. And this is why I say, man, a lot of people are delusional. You know, you can't come, basically what he's saying, you can't come outside with that little shit on, showing your ass and your titties and expect somebody to respect you. Even though it should be like that way, right? You should be able to wear what you want to wear. But you got to understand, perception is reality. Don't be naive or delusional. If you step out with your ass poked out, don't expect for me to say, damn, that's a nice woman I would want my mama to see. Cause auntie gonna see all through that little stink ass walk. And a real man ain't finna bring you to his mama knowing you got that little stink ass walk, that little stink. They know. You have to understand, stop playing with yourself. Stop. That's, like you say, to me, that's delusional. You get what I'm saying? And you got to understand, like, your vibe attract your tribe. This is all reflection. You feel me? Everything going on in your life is a reflection of you. That's why they say birds of a feather flock together. Why? Because them 4, 5 motherfuckers who smoking, drinking, running around, stealing, doing what they doing something that you admire. Because if you didn't admire, you wouldn't be hanging with them. You just like them. You are a reflection of your surroundings. That shit is very simple. So you can't change. When you want to change people, you can't change people. You can only change yourself. And when you vibrate at a different level, you attract different people. It's certain shit. I just want to sit and have a conversation with certain people because I'm on a certain level. Before I back down and even think about that shit. So you got to do the same thing. So I feel where you coming from, bro.
And I think having your energy, and I think it's also a difference with people got to understand who they are, what they want from themselves. You know what I'm saying? And I got something I call single sanity.
Right.
if you're not comfortable in who you are as a single person, single man, single woman, you don't love yourself to the fullness. It's hard to bring somebody else into a situation to fully love and commit and try to help them flourish because you already dealing with what you got going on. The iron supposed to sharpen iron, but it's a lot of us in the woodshed. We in the relational woodshed when it comes to relationships. You know what I mean? And I think that's what we have to understand about the mindset and about who we are. Because it's a difference between me needing you and me wanting you. You know what I'm saying? A man, the only men that need you is the men in your family, your daddy, your granddad. Them the niggas that's always can depend on them. You know what I mean? That's the niggas that you need. But a man should want and desire you. Right. I shouldn't have to be here because we need each other. No, no, I want to be here. That's why I got to keep the energy high. So I know I can always be an attractive person. So if I'm with you because I want to be with you. Not because I got to be with you.
Big difference.
It's a big difference. So we got to understand where we at in process as a person. You know what I mean? In the maturity level of where we at and dating and life and finance and everything, because all this play a big part, because all that's gonna have an effect on your partner.
Facts.
You might not be where you want to be at, and you trying to date too early. That's why we see a lot of relationships outgrow each other from people that was in high school together or college together. I got a lot of my homeboys that was in college or high school, and they were with their high school sweethearts. Not they divorced. You know what I mean? 2-3 kids. You know, they grew apart.
They thought it was the end all be all. And the one thing I want y'all to understand too, though, I'm gonna say two things right quick. A lot of this is gonna be relative to men and women at a certain age too. Like when we was young, we lived a little. We probably weren't thinking and talking how we was thinking then. So it would be good at an earlier age. But if you're a little more seasoned, you know you're in your 30s, your 40s, you know up there. You can relate to what we saying. You feel me? Another thing is this, women, you got to understand this. Don't expect a man to do shit. Make him want to do it. That's a big difference. And see, only a real motherfucking woman would understand that. I see a lot of females online be talking, oh, man, this and a man don't owe you shit. I tell my daughters the same thing. This ain't traditional times. We just spoke about that. The days is different today. So looking at traditional times, you have to be a traditional woman. When you make a man want to do for you, meaning when y'all go out and eat, yeah, a nigga will pay for that. But to see you saying, nah, I got it. Damn, that's, you looking at it like, okay, all right, boom. Or I was in Walmart, I seen, because niggas love tank tops and socks.
Yep, some draws.
Man, I'm trying to get y'all the game. Nigga love tank, little small shit. Look. I picked up a tank top. You got me some small shit, right? Little things. And as that time goes by, you starting to build a relationship to the point where it's like, damn, man, when she needs something, I want to go do it for her. And be mad that she don't come to me with it. That's a big difference, man. And only a real woman will understand that. See, y'all listen to some of these women online because some of these women be in survival mode. 80% of women get out of survival mode when they get married. And 80% of niggas get in destruction mode when they get married. Because when you marry somebody that's in survival mode, they'll never be putting up 100%. Ever. They'll be putting in 40, maybe 50, but expect 100 out. No, man, you go 100 in, and then you'll see where you at. You can't gauge this shit when you been halfway, 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Don't let the other hand know the other hand doing all that bullshit. Man, fuck that. Boy, to rent now in America, you got to make 3 times the rent. Yeah. And the average spot for a nice ass neighborhood for you and your children to be in, I'm talking about some nice shit, you going to spend about $3 grand a month. Easy. How many of y'all making $9,000 a month by y'allself? Make this shit make sense, because we playing a different game than what they playing. They making sure you can't afford this lifestyle. They making sure you can't afford this shit. So when you get out here with that crazy shit, but I ain't going 50-50, I ain't this and that.
Well, I think also that go back to the point about the lack of investment skills. And we go even take it deeper than financial, because the biggest investment you can make is with your heart.
Right.
So who you invest your heart into is really go determine how your life and your generations unfold.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So a lot of times, and that's one thing I'm real tight on investing in my heart into something, because I love hard. So if I love you, I'm all in with you.
Right.
But think about if you putting in your all into something and you got nothing in return. See, I tell a lot of women, I got a little thing we do called Coochie College. I teach a lot of these young women, come on to Coochie College. We empower not just the pussy, but the mindset. You know what I'm saying? That's all it's about. Coochie College. But see, the thing is this: when at Coochie College, we teach you to invest into a person how they need to be invested in, and it ain't even got nothing to do with sex. It ain't got nothing to do with sex. Just like you said about the small thing, the tank top and stuff. If you really want a man, if you want to see a man just be who he is and want to be something for you, invest in the small. Send that nigga $20 to get some lunch. Now watch this nigga be like, damn, she just sent me $20. He done told his homeboys and all here, but she done bought me lunch. It ain't even, it's $20. It ain't even like a nut big, but it's the thought, it's the gesture, it's the appreciation, because men want to feel appreciated, respected.
Damn sure do.
You know what I mean? So you appreciate, you respect me enough to get me lunch. Okay, well, damn, what can I do for you?
Right.
And of course, that $20 gonna come back 1,000-fold. 1,000-fold. You can get $2,000 out of a $20 investment.
That's fact.
You know what I mean? And our women don't understand the financial flip that comes in to investing in a man, making small investments. You know what I mean? That's just like going to the club. I ask women this all the time. I say, how many niggas you ever bought a drink for?
Yeah.
Do you know what it's like to get turned down? Huh?
Right.
Have you ever walked up to 16 motherfuckers and everybody knock your niggas bye? You know what I mean? And you still gotta keep striking.
Right.
You still gotta keep striking. See, our women don't understand love failure because everything comes to them. So you know what I mean? They have to that's why I ask, I say, you ever just walked up to the bar and just say, brother, you look nice today. Can I buy you a drink, nigga? Get this nigga some Don Julio and the club soda. You know what I'm saying? Get the man something.
That's true.
And you know what it'll do to his mental? Because a lot of men are going through mental health issues. So you already down and out. You probably got your baby mama in she in your pocket, everything going on. I just wanted to go out, have a good time. I got $37. I got $49 in my pocket, right? You know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing free for a nigga.
And you know what, too, though? Before y'all go to saying a woman shouldn't buy a man, remember, this ain't traditional time.
It ain't.
This shit different. You know what I'm saying? To me, it's just like when people use the Bible, man, they flip that switch on and off as it benefits them. This is a different time. So you got women proposing to men. That never happened. So like I say, I don't look at shit for how it should be. I look at shit for how it really is.
Right.
So ain't that wrong, with that. And like I say, when you make a man want to do for you, you got him. Cause you could, and then another thing too, and when you make a guy feel he could be at peace with you, y'all hear this all the time. Like, I don't understand what make people think. One thing about having sex with somebody, once a nigga done seen you naked, he know it ain't the first time. Same thing with him. That's why I say you can't leave pacifying a nigga with pussy. Not a real nigga anyway. I'm gonna say that. Now some of these little chumps you might could do that with, but a real guy who don't really need that from you, who got money, got his own spot, got shit, he got structure, he well respected. Nah, baby, you can't pacify him with no pussy. If anything, you gonna run him off. And that's a difference. See, only real women understand that. You get what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you have a group of women that just want to be taken care of. Can't mix them up with those women who really want to have something and be with somebody. And then again, you can't be out here playing around like that, man. You got all kind of diseases, AIDS, all the man. You can't be playing like that out here, man.
It just these niggas just absolutely batshit crazy nowadays.
That
you know what I'm saying? You playing with somebody and you dealing with this person, and now they following around. They got all this other stuff because they really into you, and you just playing around with them for a little bit of paying attention, a financial gain, or you just wanting to get something to eat. And the thing is, man, our women just gotta understand, man. We here for each other. Yeah. If at some point, just don't play with people. You know what I'm saying? Be straight up with them. Yeah, let's help each other. You know what I mean?
I say that all the time. I say that all the time, bro. Like, women gotta understand we need each other, man. Niggas crashing out fucked up. Women crashing out fucked up. But what y'all don't understand, there's another group of people that's making sure we in this condition, because we don't own TV, we don't own social media, we don't own radio. Everything that comes to us in a negative light don't come from us. So you being programmed, and all you is a byproduct of your environment. So when they pushing the narrative that a woman is beautiful as long as her booty big, her titties big, who told you that? You gotta wear makeup, you gotta do all this shit you've been told is from a group of people. Start by the letter J. Y'all know who they are. The motherfuckers running everything around this bitch. They are the ones that putting all this shit on TV and the music, on social media, putting these celebrities in your face. They programming you to really self-destruct. This is a different time, man. You got to understand. So at the end of the day, even with, and I'm going to say this, I always say this, even with the relationship, I've been asked to do relationship podcasts all the time, but I just don't get it. And I'm not going to speak on one specific podcast, but there's big podcasts that actually travel, and they giving people great knowledge and advice on their relationship. But the thing is, what get me, I don't understand how they can't figure out the fact of, when you don't control the perception of people's reality, all you doing is catering to the effects of that. What that mean is, we don't live in this environment where we control our own religion. It's been given to us. We don't control, like I just said, TV, radio, putting they signing rappers like Sexy Red and other motherfuckers putting these, they pushing this negative shit on y'all. Look what happened with Megan Thee Stallion. Soon her and her guy went through it for whatever reason, we don't know. Then she came up with the song, I ain't getting married, that marriage shit. What she said, the wife shit, ain't no more wife shit. Do you know what that do to y'all? So you gotta understand, man, you silent weapon for quiet wars. You fighting a war you don't even know exists. So when you come out here showing your ass, you doing this, you doing that, think to yourself, where you get this shit from? There's no other motherfucking group of people that's being put under this negative light like us. And so therefore, what I'm telling y'all is, when the world do something to you so good till you start doing it to yourself, you have now just became in partnership with your own oppressor. Because now you're going to do it on autopilot. And you're going to teach the people around you like they taught you to do it. This auntie walking around with them little shorts around her little nieces. Stop doing that. We know your ass big. How you think that shit look, TT, auntie? With them that big ass back there and them little shorts on and them girls 7, 8, 10 years old. What the fuck you think they gonna do?
That in front of them. Do that in front of Unc though, baby. You go on over here. But you gotta separate that from the kids.
You got to. That's why I say, man, I respect a man that don't allow shit like that. And I respect a motherfucking woman that won't allow no shit like that. I'm telling y'all. But we got to figure it out, or we got to separate. That's just it.
I believe we living in a trauma bonded area.
Facts.
So now people are in relationships with each other, friendships with each other through trauma bonding. You know that, and you know, I understand that some of these women. I respect all the women who out there single mothering.
Right.
But we're wearing the single mother badge as like a badge of honor, versus, hey, let's break this cycle. Because it ain't every nigga out there ain't a bad nigga. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's just you picking out of the same, you fishing with the same bait, and you come right in the cooler and you catching these butter catfish every time, and you catching mullets, baby. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Maybe you should use some different bait, go in a different spot, fish in a different lily pad. You know what I mean? And I believe that that's a mental adjustment, because now a lot of people want to stay in that level because misery brings company. You know what I mean? So trauma bonding, oh, you single mama, my mama went through this, my grandma went through this, they did, and that's great. But when are we going to break this cycle?
Right.
You know what I mean? And even in fatherhood, you know, because men, it's men who should have been there with their kids, couldn't. Right. Some men who wanted to, couldn't. You know what I mean? Some niggas just wasn't shit, you know?
Yeah.
But if whatever situation was, the next generation supposed to do better each time. So we got to understand now where we at in process, because of this fact that trauma bonding is a real thing. And it's hard to lead the unleadable.
Impossible.
You know what I mean? We trying to be rational with irrational people.
Facts.
Irrational mindset. Because it's a lot of great women out there. Hell, there's more great women than it is good niggas out there. Because there's more women out there. This motherfucker got their shit together. It's easy to find a good woman. I can fucking close my eyes and it's like throwing a basketball out the window. That bitch gonna hit something.
It's what is it? 5 to 10.
Easy. It's more than that.
It's more women than guys. And to piggyback what you said earlier, I said this in a post, right? Like you say, you need to try a different bait. Because depending on what bait you use when you go fishing, gonna depend on the fish you catch. I always say if you use gizzards, you're gonna catch catfish. If you use money, you're gonna catch gold diggers. You get what I'm saying? So this is all reflection. Y'all got to understand these laws. These are universal laws. I tell you all the time, go study your universal laws because these are things you cannot get away from, whether you are ignorant to it or not. So when you say, if I said, man, you just a female that just want a nigga to pay your bills and then you jump out there like, then you, like they say, the shoe fit, wear it, because that's a reflection of who you are. Then you got real women or women who know that ain't what I'm about. I'm you know, I've been with somebody 10, 15 years or whatever the case may be, but depending on what bait you use, gonna depend on what type of fish you catch. And I preach this to y'all because you cannot escape reflection. This is as above, so below. You could try all you motherfucker want, but if you look at the guys you've dated, look at the women you've dated, that's a reflection of you. This shit is like a buffet. The life is a buffet. You're not sitting to a table that got food that you don't eat. You sitting at a table that got food that you like. So you got to change yourself so that you can change your reality when it comes to anything, not just relationship, when it comes to anything.
You know what I realized too? I had a quote I used to always say. You can't give a motherfucker a steak that want a pork chop sandwich.
Facts.
Okay? You know, you can go to the nicest restaurant in the world, get the biggest filet mignon, you can get the biggest steak the size of my shoulder blade.
Right.
But if this motherfucker you with want a fried pork chop sandwich,
that's what they want.
Because that's what they used to. Yeah. You know what I mean? And we have to understand that's a mentality thing.
Right.
That's an environment thing. We're not a product of our environment. We're a product of our decisions in our environment.
Fair. I like that.
You know what I mean? So we have to understand because we can be in a certain environment and our mindset be totally different.
That's facts. That's true. That's true.
So and I tell a person you can't give a person ride up in a nice 750 Li and somebody come with a box Chevy on 28s 30s.
That's what they like. What they used to.
Whoever go pick, whatever they go pick, it's gonna be a difference in the crowd that you see.
Same thing, reflection.
Right.
You're gonna go to what, it's reflection. It's just like what you like is what appeals to you.
So we gotta understand about that when we start seeing the same thing repetitively, it's something up with us.
Hell yeah.
We have to shift all vibration.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And people don't understand it's all because we don't understand how the frequencies and the vibrations of the world, and we don't realize how much we say it. Because you could be around somebody and be like, dang, bro, I ain't really like Buddy, dog. You know what I'm saying? I ain't old girl, something off by her vibe.
Yeah.
And we don't understand what that's the root word of.
Right.
Something off by her vibration, by her frequency.
Yep.
So we already know things are hermetics around here. It's all frequency. It's all harmony based. It's all wrapped inside of vibrations. So we have to always lift our vibrations in every situation. Cause you don't never want to throw your vibe off or have your emotions messed up. Cause what is emotions? Energy and motions. It's emotion. That's your energy and motion. That's why they pass. You know what I mean? You feel angry. That's an emotion. You feel happy and it passes through. You know what I mean? So that's just the energy that you're flowing through. So I think we have to get back off of this negative spirit from our culture. Our culture has fell into a negative spirit. To the point where all women always telling us what they don't like. I don't like that. I don't like that. It's hard to give all women a compliment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Girl, your hair look good. I don't like it. But God damn it, if I don't say nothing, bitch.
That's the thing. Like you say, 100%, what he's saying, 100% is right. And you can sense it. You feel me? You just got to be in tune. It's just like a piano or a fucking guitar. If it's out of tune, It ain't gonna play right. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be in tune to pick up on these vibes. You feel me? And like you say, all this shit comes from the people that's programming us. We just living in a society where we don't control the environment. So I don't blame us 100%, but at some point we have to figure this shit out. You know, by watching shit like this, we putting you on game, just letting you know, like, look, the people that's running the world have an agenda. They want us to crash out. They want us to be fucked up. You know that. So now that you know that, stop entertaining negative shit. You feel me? Stop indulging in it. But if you're a negative person, that's just who you are. Everybody got they place. You get what I'm saying? So if you just a negative motherfucker, if a baby come around you and go to crying, animals don't like being around you. All those, see, animals move out vibration. You ain't got to tell a gazelle not to go over there with that lion that he know better. They don't speak English, they speak vibration. So you have to understand, man, put yourself in tune, get around in tune people, if that's what you want. But some people they just gonna be flat out fucking negative, bro. And ain't nothing, you know what I'm saying? You, like you say, you can't feed a bitch a steak if he want a pork chop. So at the end of the day, when you attract the type of niggas, and I'm gonna say this too, man, real important, bro, real important. Women, please pay attention to the man you put over your fucking children, okay? Because I'm telling you, the children growing up grown. You got men, you got to watch them, and the man gonna treat your child based off how you treat your child,
right?
You got to understand, if you ain't playing the radio with that kid, you setting the tone, they gonna follow suit. But if you let them do what they want to do, let them wear what they want to wear, they gonna figure, hell, you don't give a damn. You got to be careful, man, of the men you put over your children. And as a man, I'm gonna say this too. You cannot change the type of men your baby mama put over your child. They gonna fall in love who they fall in love with. Now, I will tell you to do what you gotta do to get your child from around that shit. You feel me? Cause like I say, at the end of the day, you got to watch these dudes, man. Don't have niggas around your children smoking cigarettes and shit, cussing, listening to derogatory music, walking around with his shirt off, with his pants hanging off his ass. When you doing that type of shit and you got a nigga around your daughter like that, something wrong with you, sis. And it ain't too late. You better change that shit. Because I'm telling y'all, bro, we're not living in traditional times. These are modern day times. You ain't the only one raising your child. The internet raising them. The motherfucker, they friends around them raising them. It's a different time. I thank God none of my kids' moms are like that. Nah, I've seen some, you know, some of us got kids' moms that's out here. They on the mileage. They no wrong with scribbles. But when I want my son or my daughter to say her mama scribble, hell no. I'm be honest with you, I'm be real. So fuck that. I'm be honest. I don't want no kid picking at my churn, showing to my, look at your mama. See, they get bullied a lot. Not just by if they don't have an iPhone or a motherfucking Android. They get bullied by shit like what their parents do. Right. And a lot of the time it be shit like scribbles. It be OnlyFans shit. Remember, our grandmas ain't got on no OnlyFans. So it's a different time. See, people want that traditional accolades. But nigga, it's 2026, nigga. It's cars riding by themselves. All type of shit. I ain't gotta tell you that. So you got to understand what's going on today. Fuck what it should be. I'm telling you what it is. You see what I'm saying? And
I believe also we have to keep some of our traditional values instilled in us.
That too.
Because a lot of times our women won't allow dads to be dads. You know what I mean? Even the active father, sometimes they get the most hell. You know, discipline your kids.
Right.
You know, because I know growing up, I got my ass whooped almost every day. You know what I mean? Almost every day. And I still probably escaped a couple thousand ass whoopings. Mm-hmm. But I appreciate the ass whoopings because they saved my life for so much stuff down the road. Because I thought about it. Damn, boy, doing this right here. I remember getting my ass whooped. Now look, doing this right here. Now I'm a grown man. I can make my different decisions. But it taught me how to be able to consequences, understanding. And discipline is needed in these kids. And nowadays you got to think that, you know, the parents not allowing, you know, they allow kids to run over them, speak to them any type of way, cut you out, do whatever. Then when you try to discipline a child, it's like, don't talk to my child like that. See, we was raised by the community. You coming down the street, you cussing and all that. Before you got to the house, it was four phone calls. I'm talking about you got your ass whooped on the way home, and on top of that, because your neighbor called you, your auntie down the street, somebody else had to beat you. Then when you got your ass whooped, you whooped with your mama and them, and then they told you, you know, I had to get on them today. And now somebody else on your ass, and you think you got an attitude. Well, who you blowing up to? Now you getting your ass whooped again. You know, we ain't need cameras. We ain't need none of that. You know what I mean? Back in the days, because we had accountability.
Right.
Let somebody call your mama and say they saw you acting up.
Right.
You ain't need none of that. Nigga, you get caught smoking walking down the street. Nigga with a landline, a pager. Motherfucker got a pager and a page your mama. Right. You know what I mean? Now when you getting home, boy, you got your ass whooped.
3-4 times.
Yes.
Grandma, mama, uncle.
So that type of traditional love has to come back into all communities. And I ain't just saying you just beat ass all the time. There's different ways to discipline your kids. But it's I'm definitely whooping ass. You know what I mean? And I don't even want your kids to come with me if I can't whoop your ass. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm going to show you all the love in the world. You know what I mean? But when you step out of line, you're behind his mind. That was one of the phrases.
Damn right.
Hey, now if you get out of line now.
Hey, listen, women. Oh my God, that nigga just touched on some shit. Listen. Hey, and I'm gonna say this. I don't mean no harm. Now this your big bro. This is the thing, women, especially women that are raising boys. Okay, when you as a single mama raising a boy, I know the matching clothes and you buying him the Gucci shoes when he was young and getting him everything he want. That ain't raising him. You know, it's a difference between raising them
and the trophy.
And so, this is what I'm trying to tell y'all. When you get that boy everything, and ain't nothing, you know, I feel where you coming from. You give him the shoes, you give him the new Jordans, you got the this, you got the that. You have to understand, you showing him a way, you showing him a type of love, right, that he's not gonna get when he walk out the door from y'all house. I tell my kids all the time, the love you get in this house, don't expect it out the door. Them people out there don't give a fuck about you. But when they don't know the difference, they go out there, and majority, if you been living long as me, every nigga I know that either went to prison or was just bad as fuck came from a good ass upbringing. Why you think that? These niggas ain't had to do this shit. They wanted to do it. But you got to get these kids around men. Put them around tell your brother, come pick your nephew up. You know, if the dad is trying to be in his life, let him. Because you're going to ruin that child. I'm telling you, too much of anything is bad. Too much love is bad. You feel me? So at the end of the day, like you say, single mothers, I fought with y'all, but you got to get that boy around some other men. He got to, especially if you got 3-4 other kids and they all girls, and he the only boy, you have to get him around some other men. He got to know what that shit. I'm gonna tell y'all another thing. From a biological standpoint, right? Women are nurturers, men are providers and protectors, right? Men got bigger muscles, bigger feet, bigger everything for a fucking reason, right? Again, we just living in an environment where these motherfuckers done switched all that up. It ain't about our physicality, you feel me? It's about money. They knew what they was doing, but that's another podcast. But anyway, I'm gonna show you this up. Women, when y'all speak, y'all got that light voice. Go do this, go do that, go do that. When you hear your uncle or your daddy say, boy, get your ass in the, it's the vibration of his voice, the deepness of his voice, it resonates differently. So that tells you right there, when you got a man in the house, let him be the fucking man. You got to understand, let him do what he do. He let you do what you do. And I'm telling you, this child will have a better chance with a balanced environment. Because when you get in that motherfucker special, you got a stepdaddy, and you're not allowing him to help you with the kid. Like you say, the kid can run to you and you say yeah, and when he say no, you're drawing a wedge between y'all two. Same thing with you and the grandma. You let them go over there, grandma let him do what the fuck he want to do. That's why he love going to grandma's house. You got to understand, man, let that man lead. Like my mama. If my mama said no, and I was raised by my stepdad, they still together to this day. If my mama said no, or my stepdaddy said no, my mama said no. I couldn't run backwards and forth and play them like that. I tried, but my mama stood on business, motherfucker. If he say no, it's no.
You know what? So I go back to one of my phrases I used to teach my students. I teach my students at Coochie College. Okay, pussy is power, but dick is authority. Okay. So I'm gonna give you something that we break down, right, Coochie College? Because they be like, well, what does that mean? So let's talk about the lights. We got lights on in here.
Yeah.
That's power, right?
Yeah.
Boom, lights on in here. But what turn the lights on? Right? It's that switch.
Right.
It's the switch that controls the on and off.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because lights without the switch, we have uncontrolled power.
Right.
Power stay on all day. We got circuits in there, make it too hot, this and this and that.
Right.
You know, light bill too hot. So power comes out of that, but we need authority to be able to control it.
Right.
And that together works as one.
Facts.
You know what I mean? So power and authority works together.
Hand in hand.
So that's what we have to understand. What we're facing now in this generation and the culture that we in is the power and authority effect. Pussy is power, but dick is authority. And it's just what you just said about the vibrations of a man talking. It's the authoritative figure that's there that makes them respect. And men yearn for that, especially young men. You know what I mean? They look for that. That's why you can see a little boy acting up with his mama in the store. You don't even know that boy. Be like, hey, boy, what you doing? Come on now, tighten up. You with your mama.
Right.
And that little boy gonna listen to you.
Right.
9 times out of 10, unless mama try to protect, don't talk to my son like that. Now, if she knew something, you just say this boy out of something and go open that door for your mama.
Damn right.
You know what I mean? I see the little boy at a gas station one day. He's sitting in the car. His mama out there pumping gas. And I walk up to her, hey, mama, hold on, how you doing?
For real.
You know, he kind of fine too. How you doing, baby? But listen, we finna break this cycle right now.
Right now.
Hey, come here, little man. Come out that car.
Straight up.
Come here, man. How old you is? You 10, 12 years old?
Get
now,
on.
This the last time your mama gonna ever pump gas.
Right.
Now, she'll go in that store and pay for it.
Right.
But when she get out here, your little ass cheeks better be at this pump.
Right.
Putting the gas in here.
That's
Only thing you doing 87, 89, and 93.
Yeah, 87.
and you know what? She let me sit right there and talk to that boy like that.
Yeah.
Because I told him something.
Right.
I told him something about being a man. And he got his little happy hips right out that car and started pumping that gas. And I bet you to this day.
Yeah, that's what he gonna do.
He pump his mama gas.
You instilled that in him. And this is the thing, like women, y'all got to stop. Listen, when you take responsibility for the child, you take responsibility from the child.
Correct.
Let me say that again. When you take responsibility for the child, you take responsibility from the child. If he old enough to cuss, his ass old enough to iron his own clothes. He old enough to do certain chores. Stop thinking that you doing so, that you a great mama, which I love, but you must understand in this process, you fucking him up. That's why a lot of these niggas they have female ways, man. It ain't necessarily got to be on no.
We don't call him gay. We call him playful.
Yeah, he play a little playful. You feel me?
So
he got these female traits, cause that's all, and you can't blame him. That's all he saw. He saw how females react to certain shit. He saw how it is. So what I'm telling y'all, man, get them damn kids, especially them boys, get them boys around other men. You get what I'm saying? And to stop thinking that because you buy them every shoe, you buy them motherfucking every game that come out, video game, you doing so much, you thinking that's like you been a great mama. No, them same kids gonna wake up and grow up and break your motherfucking heart. Them same kids gonna be talking shit to you. Them same kids ain't gonna give a fuck. Cause you raised them not to be, like you say, you ain't instilled that in them. Let his ass pump that motherfucking gas. Teach him to do these things, man. You feel me? And especially if the dad ain't there, you got to play both sides now. So I see this all the time, man. I get it. It look cute. Y'all dressed alike. You got your family, you know, your little Christmas pictures and shit. You taking them everywhere. Sis, you fucking them up, sis. And it's cool to do that. But this shit about balance. You know what I'm saying? Same way you'll give him, you better motherfucking take it. Because if you don't, he gonna grow up thinking everything is given. Like I told you, every motherfucking nigga I know that went to prison, that stayed in trouble, stayed in some shit, them bitch came from a great household. Mama gave him everything. Like, nigga, you out here doing all this shit, bitch. It's 15 other laying in one bed. Why? Because y'all spoiled them in the name of love. No, sis. You fucking them up.
And they don't understand the process, and they don't appreciate the process of how to get things. You know what I mean? How to acquire certain stuff. So that's why, and I grew up, you know what I mean, fortunate. I appreciate my parents, you know, but one thing my daddy always made me do for everything I got, that nigga made me work for it. You know what I mean? I was a damn little slave at the house. I mean, from a plumber to the yard man, and I'm talking about roofer, everything. You know? So, cause I don't care what it was. I'm finna go out here. Okay, you want that, son? You want them new game? Okay, shoes or whatever. All right. Well, Saturday morning you gonna get up and that yard got to be cut.
Right.
That got to be done. And then it taught me to put in work to get the things that I want. Now, it don't matter how much work I put in, because the work value is different. Even in life today, we can put in a lot of work and only get a little bit. We can put in a little bit of work and get a lot out of it.
Right.
So what he was instilling in me is the fact that I gotta appreciate the process and understand the value of getting what you want out of life. Because when we just give a kid everything, he don't appreciate, he don't understand the value of what anything is.
Facts.
And that's a problem with our daughters are different, because you know we kind of we pamper them and understand now, and we birth these monsters now that they grown women, and they just, it's only $2,000. It's 2,000. You got it. You know what I'm saying?
I go through that shit all the.
You know, so
I already know.
We gotta understand that. We gotta instill that, and we have to appreciate the process.
Yeah.
Of how we get things, you know what I'm saying? How much stuff costs. We gotta appreciate that, and that's what our culture has missed, because we live in a right now culture. Oh, you got $50? Oh, okay, I ain't got no cash on me. Well, you got Cash App, Apple Pay, Zelle. Well, hold on, nigga.
Goddamn. And these kids smart, man. They know how to play on your feelings, man.
Oh yeah.
But like I said, at the end of the day, man, you know I can't fault you as a mama. Ain't no manual came with this shit. That's why we here to have these type of discussions. Same way with a father, man. Sometimes like I wasn't raised by my biological father, but I had a father figure in the house. But like I say, a lot of us ain't been taught how to be a man. A lot of us hold a lot of emotions in, because we was just always taught to be tough and rough. That's why I say any woman that can get a guy and know how to, you know, touch him in a way he know he can be touched, meaning he can say shit around you. He's safe. You ain't gonna throw that shit back in his face later. The nigga can really like just be himself, like around you. I guarantee you, if he say like if he just talking to 2 or 3 different women, it's just casual. You know, he ain't making no commitment to nobody. But the one who give him the most peace, that's who he gonna be with the most.
You ain't lying.
I'm telling y'all, I'm a man. Y'all can't tell me. You'll be naive not to listen. You'll be delusional, because if he could come to your house or if he could come around you, he could be himself. What make you think he want to go over there? Even though she might look a little better, but her mouth. Even though she might look a little better, but it's just too much that comes with that shit.
That energy, that vibe.
That vibe. You know what I'm saying? We've been talking about this all night. That vibe. That vibe ain't right. It's like, man, you throwing me off. You feel me?
So I don't even want nothing from you, because your vibe ain't right now. I got a spiritual soul tie. With you and everything else and every other partner that you dealt with. Now, I'm wondering why I wake up in the morning, my energy off, and you just over there skip the Maloo and you whoop the woo, because you got my energy. We the energy swap. Now, I got to get in my prayer closet and I got to pray this off me. I got to get this vibration off me, this energy off me, because
walnuts.
I done mixed my spirit with your spirit, and we wasn't equally yoked.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Y'all take, not cut you off, you know I'm very spiritual, right? Walnut. Go take a shower in walnuts. You know what I'm saying? Walnut season. And learn how to do spiritual baths. A lot of y'all scared of this stuff, but it's like, it's crazy how y'all can believe a white man gonna part the clouds and come save your life. We've been told that our whole life, but yet, when you speak about spiritual things that come from your background, you know, deities that look like you, you know, y'all think it's spookism or y'all think it's voodoo and all this other shit. See, this is what they told us in Hollywood. They made sure that we don't tap into that part of our essence, because they know it's over with. So a lot of y'all, especially black folks, y'all scared of that. But man, listen, take your spiritual bath. And what he's saying is 100% true. Get that shit up off you. You get what I'm saying? Because the shit is real. You energy swapping. Like they call it, is a transmitted energy disease, motherfucker. That's what it is. So you 100% right, bro. And you got to be careful of that shit, man.
And now it's even more prevalent out there, because the culture. We're in such a lustful culture. We're in a Delilah spirit culture, a Jezebel spirit culture.
No, what the first one was?
Delilah. Delilah. What did Delilah do? Delilah took all Samson's power. His power. You know what I'm saying? His power. He lost his power from cutting his hair off. She taught him into cutting his dreads. Oh, Samson was the strongest man. You know what I mean? So we got to understand Delilah came through and utilized her lustful spirit.
Her looks. What we just talked about earlier.
Yeah.
We talked about how being a beautiful woman is really a fucking curse. You know what I'm saying? See, the devil don't send men. He send women. Women bring down empire. Very lustful, beautiful women. And attractive guys too. It goes both ways. So what I'm trying to tell y'all is what he's saying is 100% right. That motherfucker came and took down a whole empire.
Many of them.
Most
of the people in the Bible, they lost most of their empires or they got into some shit because of a woman. David killed sit the nigga off the damn war just so he can get his bitch. You know what I'm saying? The most wisest, richest man ever in the world. Solomon. Solomon had 300, 400, 500 wives.
Concubines.
This nigga had concubines out the ass.
Yeah.
And he was an entertainer. His word spread, but he had the most in the world, but most of the distraction was women. That's why he talk about it so much in Proverbs and Songs, and he break down what the wisdom was passed down to him about when it comes to a woman. You know, telling us about a virtuous woman, the Proverbs 31. You know what I mean? So and he talks about this in the word. So and a lot of people, you know, they instead of reading the Bible as such a theological partner, look at it as a textbook, a history book. Go in there and just underline. I tell a person this: if you want to understand the word or you just want to get in your Bible, read a proverb. It's a proverb a day. It's 31 days in a month, mostly months. It's 31 proverbs. You can read a scripture a day, and I promise you, what you read, you go see in life. Right. You will see that day. You know what I'm saying? A form of it. So we have to understand in order to, we got to know what we up against.
That's crazy, dog, cause that shit go hand in hand. Men's weakness is lust and women's weakness is attention. But attention attracts lust. I'm trying to tell y'all, man, this shit is reflection. If I saw a woman with her ass out all the time, I unfollow women like this. If I'm always like, every time I see you taking pictures with your ass, you got your kids, I unfollow you because I just know what that energy is, whether you know it or not. But if you can see some nice women that know how to look nice. You can see the beauty in them. It's like I told you, like a buffet. If you want to sit to a table and eat food that's related to lustful women, you know, fat ass, fat titty, that's just what you own. Or you can sit to a table where you say, man, this is a respectable woman. She know how to speak. She ain't loud. That's another thing I love her. I love a feminine, quiet woman. Yeah. Just not loud. I tell y'all too, if you're a loud woman, always cussing, always loud, trying to be like a nigga, you'll never get a real nigga that's gonna be there and hold you down. You could get a man, cause a lot of y'all might want a nigga that y'all can pacify with some pussy, and the nigga ain't got a roof over his head, so but that's why I say when you get a real guy that got principles and he got his own money, got morals, you know what I'm saying? He can come in your life and he can help you shape them kids and all that shit, man. A lot of women be scared of that shit. Now I ain't gonna say women, girls. Y'all scared of men like that.
Bad
but you
bitches.
got real women.
Good women.
Good women. They love that and they want that and they know how to handle that. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, man. We gave y'all the game tonight, bitch.
I guess that go back to the question is, do you want to hang with a bad bitch or do you want a good woman?
I want a good one. At my age, because I got to say this. You know, at my age, I want a good woman. You feel me? You know, we all been young. I ain't gonna fault nobody for that. We lived a little. You know what I'm saying? But at my age, I want a good woman. I don't want a bad bitch. Can't do nothing for me right now. I could cook. I could clean. I got my own kids. I have things, like I have to set standards for them. You see what I'm saying? And it's like, at some point in your life, man, you know, that shit don't mean nothing no more. I don't care. Look, a big booty motherfucker, to me, you a problem. That's it. I'm gonna be honest with you. Y'all might say, because I heard some women say this, oh, you just got low self-esteem. No, baby, I just ain't got 3-4 years to be putting up with your shit. every time you look around, you attracting. Remember I told you now, women love attention. You attracting lustful men. You feel me? You got men who still young in them head. Mm-hmm. So he may be 40, 45, but he young in the head. So you gonna attract these young ass. I don't want that. You can have that. I want a woman, motherfucker. A woman who can see you and know just how to approach you. Know how to set the tone. Know when to and when not to. I'm at that age, man. I don't want to die by myself. So I'm just keeping it real with you. If that's what you want, go find your nigga who gonna beat your bike in all day and all. Man, fuck that. I respect that. Me, I want me a woman. I want somebody I can do all type of shit to. Ain't gotta worry about that. Cause like I said earlier, you got all kinds of bitches ain't worry about diseases no more. It seems like motherfuckers don't even think that shit exists no more. It's a lot of shit out there, man. You gotta be careful of. And like I say, I just want me somebody I could pour into. You know what I'm saying? So that's if I was looking for that type of woman, that's what I want. You feel me? So at the end of the day, hey man, you do you. Just like I say, I always say this too. I don't care what you do. Just don't let what you do cost me. Right? Do what you do. But whatever you do, let that shit cost you. On your dime. So I'm good at that point. Straight up and down. So listen, man. We gave y'all the game. You know what I'm saying? Gave y'all some real shit, man. And y'all need to look into that shit for real, for real. But before any of this shit makes sense, you gotta know who you are, like bro said earlier. If you don't know who you are, you kind of getting in a car with no destination. You just driving. You gotta know who you are. You gotta know what you want. You gotta be on your purpose. Don't never get off your purpose to be with nobody. It'll never work. It'll never fucking work, bro. I done tried it. It don't work. But you got to know who you are as a man or as a woman.
And you got to think, a lot of people, you can't put nothing over the purpose. I got an acronym I use called POP.
Right.
And that's purpose over profit.
Facts.
Because if you're after your purpose and you doing, the profit's going to come. You know what I mean? So when you put your purpose first in life,
right.
And that's just, I don't want to be, I want to be a person that make a whole bunch of money, me. No, I want to make an impact. I want to impact millions of people. If I can impact millions of people, then of course that will pour back into me in financial gain and all that. But you supposed to also find what you love doing. And if you could do it for free, that's what and get paid to do it. That's what you're supposed to do for the rest of your life. Yeah, you know what I mean? And that's like us imputing this positive spirit into people. Right. You know what I mean? The knowledge, the game, to where we just want better for people. This right here could reach millions of people for us to say, okay, now somebody want to go deeper into it. Right. I don't. If a million people heard this and only 10 people caught it, that's 10 more people we done saved out of that programming that we were talking about earlier. Yeah. You know what I mean? And that's them people not becoming a product of that environment that they was in, but a product of their decision that they made to either stay in that environment or come up out of that environment. Right. You know what I mean? So pop, you know, purpose over profit. Right. Anytime you find yourself, if you gotta goddamn check your morals, your integrity, your character for this move, right? Then you know that ain't the right move for you to make, cause that ain't your purpose.
Ain't your purpose, and we're gonna spin it. POP, power. What is it?
A purpose over profit.
Purpose over profit. Also, purpose over pussy.
All day.
You feel me? Because, like we said earlier, man, when you speak about that Jezebel spirit, that's that narcissistic spirit. That's a whole nother podcast. But you get the wrong woman or man. You know what I'm saying? They'll come and fuck your whole program up. That's why you got to know who you are. But if you're in your early stages and you going through shit, don't think every man like that or every woman like that. You know, perseverance builds character. You got to go through this shit. So sometimes you go through a relationship, man, and you come out and it be fucked up. That shit ain't did nothing but train you for the best relationship coming. You at your best right now. I know you ain't gonna fall for that shit again. So when you go through shit, you got to go through it. That's how you take a big rock and you sculpture that bitch out into a masterpiece. So your perception of that should be, what did I learn? Don't never look at it like I ain't gonna never trust a man again. I ain't gonna never trust a woman. No, what did you learn?
Right.
Cause you gonna go through this shit. Who the fuck you think you is, Peter Pan? You gonna go through this shit. So what did I learn? what I'm trying to avoid moving forward, and bitch, that was the whole purpose you went through what you went through. All right? So listen, man, we finna wrap this bitch up. We been here. Gave y'all the motherfucking game, man.
Sculpturing a masterpiece in order to have masterpiece.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? If
That
you
part.
want to master your piece,
Right.
you got to focus on you.
Right.
And being the best masterpiece you can be, sculpturing yourself.
Right.
You know what I mean? I was deep with. That's what I got from what you just said about that masterpiece situation.
Yeah.
And on top of that, it's okay to build a nigga, or it's okay to build a woman. I don't want to call it bitch,
course.
but because we all build the bells. You know
At
what
some
I mean?
point.
And you should be able to leave a situation and say, okay, I'm glad I helped this person do this.
Right,
I learned this, and I learned what not to do, what to do in this situation. But I don't never want to take away the fact I helped the person build.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, that was just something I just got from what you just said too, man. It's been a lot of jewels dropped over here, but we could have made a couple chains on these jewels. We just dropped around here, man.
Damn right, man. Make sure y'all goddamn share this shit. Put your comments on the bottom of this bitch, man. You know what I'm saying? And before we get about this bitch, man, y'all already know. Make sure y'all tune in, man. If you need your credit fixed, man, go to Credit Mechanics, man. The number on the bottom of the screen, man. Get your credit repaired. You feel me? And listen, man, if you need some cleaning, your office clean, your house clean, you know what I'm saying? And you just too busy and you want somebody you could trust, man, these my people, man. Please, Central Florida area mainly. Hit this number here, man. And also, make sure y'all go to Ubuntu Apparel. Y'all know I got it on. I keep that shit on, man. Ubuntu means I am because we are. How can I be happy if everybody else is sad? Okay? If you're on YouTube, look below, man. Click one of them shirts. That's how you go to our store on YouTube. And also, what we got over here, bro?
You already know we shipping the best. We sipping the best.
sir.
Pastor Von Sway. Yes,
sir.
Champagne wine. Go ahead and hitting all your stores everywhere you can go. Just tap into the website, man. Get you a couple bottles to go. You know what I mean? Take a toast, man, for greatness, for life, and it's a luxury taste for a luxury lifestyle.
Hey, there you have it. And y'all already know, man. It's your boy Papa Duck, man. My dog here, J Long the Entertainer, man.
Time to ride.
Know. And listen, man, we will be at Diesel World. This is in Florida, man. This Saturday, Kodak Black. They got so many artists gonna be on this bitch. They definitely got us on that ticket. So if you're gonna be at Diesel World, man, we will be there this Saturday. You dig? And also, man, July 18th, we'll be in Jacksonville. Fleet DJs, you know what I'm saying? They got us doing our thing. Man, we coming to a city near you, man. We got a lot of things in store that's coming. And man, give them your handles, man. I had a few people hit me up like, man, who bro here?
Hey.
That bro tell her who he is, man.
J.Long the Entertainer. J.Long the Entertainer. That's how you can find me. You know what I mean? Just go ahead and Google it. You know what I mean? Instagram, all that good stuff. J.Long the Entertainer.
Definitely. And we can't forget about my dog. Please believe it, Steve. You know what I'm saying? He'll be in here on the next episode. And we're going to be bringing other people on here. You know what I'm saying? We're definitely going to be doing that. And just want to say, man, thank y'all for tuning in, man. This is the Papa Duck Podcast. Until we meet again, like I tell you all the time, in order for you to be found, you must first be lost. Get with y'all.